mayhem. We want to say a special thank you to our umpire for tonight's event, James Canty, linesman Ron Liebman, line judge Larry Rodriguez, back judge Tom Dean. We'd like to cite our field judge, that's right, yours truly, Nick Butler, and our timer, Jay Cohen. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, referees, for being part of this matchup, and we look forward to a great game. 10 minutes and 15 seconds, and we're counting down before we have the kickoff match between Westminster County Lions and Coral Springs Charter Panthers.
That's the website that is live. That's the website
For those of you that may have friends and family that are wanting to watch this game from abroad, if you go on to hspnsports.com, this game is being broadcasted live. That's right, hspnsports.com. hspnsports.com. That's right, this is being broadcasted live, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you have your friends and family tune in from afar. It's going to be a great matchup. Lion versus Panther. This is the jungle, ladies and gentlemen, and we are ready for a great fight.
The fire truck rolled up at about 3 minutes. The paramedics were about 3 minutes behind them. And they got started on getting some water.
Kenneth, guys can't come in.
Can't come through there. You won't be able to come through there first. Once we go live.
You can't ask me. You cannot go through there.
Once we go live now, which is going to be 2 minutes, we're going to lock the door.
Coach Fleck, Coach Fleck.
You don't get it, but you'll get it when it's locked.
No, if it ain't working, you gotta turn it off.
It's not going to work. No. Sure, the next phone call I had with her. So, we arrived a couple of minutes after that.
Ryan.
I'm going to lock this door.
Good.
I know I hit the back of my wheel. I hit my tailbone pretty hefty. I know that I was rolling back.
Yeah. So I had to do it. I had to hit the line.
Yeah.
7 times, 6 times. Oh yeah, that was the other way. In the car, and then it gets up in the corner. No, nothing. Okay, just the other thing. No,
Coming to you live from Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Welcome to HSPN Sports. Thursday, football under the lights. I'm Chris Jenkins, joined by Glenn Stout. We've got a great one for you tonight as we are here at the H.W. Huizenga Family Field for playoff action as the Westminster Lions take on the Coral Springs Charter Panthers. And Glenn, we got two big questions. Can Westminster stay undefeated on the way to the championship, or can Coral Springs Charter knock them off and get over the hump into the championship?
Well, Chris, a great question, and there's a couple key components to that. There's a couple big players in today's game, and if they're not contained on either side, one by the name of Carson on Panther side and one by the name of Gaines on the Westminster side, it could get lopsided. but we've got some impact players. We got some scholar athletes. I'm going to bring it to you guys live right now. Pre-game, we've got 5:40 because I can see the clock right behind us. And here we go. On the Westminster side, we've got Coach Jake Sword that's with us tonight. And we've got the principal is Mike Critch. And the AD, Jeff Smith. Their class is independent. They average score is 38 points a game. They're 9-0, like you said, 6-0 in district. They have receiving 6 for 143, receiving game average, 143 yards, and rushing yards, game average 197. Colors are navy, red, and white. Impact players for tonight's game, you've got number 15, Joe Vario, quarterback. He's a 6-foot senior, 190 pounds. We've got the game changer, Johnny Gaines, number 6, a running back, 5'7", 180 pounds. We've got a linebacker, number 52, Zach Ledbetter, 6 foot, 200 pounds. We've also got the scholar athlete tonight. This guy is off the charts, Gabe Delgado, defensive back, with a 4.98. Yes, folks, a 4.98. 5'10", 170 pounds. If we look at Westminster Academy, some of the top athletes tonight, the quarterback, Joe Vero, he's a senior, as I said. He's attempted 137 passes. He's completed 72 for 15 touchdowns and 1,134 yards. I looked at Joe on tape. He's a good decision maker, and that's why he only has 1 interception this year. Phenomenal. Then you've got their impact player, Johnny Gaines, number 6. You better watch this running back tonight. If they can't contain him on the defensive side of the ball, they could get out of hand. He is 5'7", 180 pounds. He is a senior. He's rushed 99 times for 967 yards, which is a 10-yard average, and he has scored 16 touchdowns. He is strong. He's got great balance. He's got foot mobility, and he finds the openings. Number 3, Ryan Moore, wide receiver. He's 6'1", 185-pound senior. He has 31 receptions with 649 yards, 21-yard average with 10 touchdowns. He's also their punt returner. He's dangerous after the catch, and he is very fast. And you've got number 77, Micah Smith. He's a defensive end. Folks, listen to this. 6'7", 240-pound senior. Yes, 6'7" in the independents. Solo tackles 20. He's got a total of 34 tackles and 3 sacks, and all I can say is Micah is big. Then you got number 52, Zach Ledbetter. He's a linebacker, 6 foot, 200, sophomore. Solo tackles 46. Got a total of 81 with 9 sacks. He looks at the lanes, he hits them well, and he's a big hitter, and he's strong. You've got number 4, Sanders Desert. Defensive back, 5'11", 170. He's solo tackles 30, total of 46, 3 interceptions. He is a safety. Number 20, Gabe Delgado. He's a DB, 5'10", 170, 16 solo tackles, 24 total, 2 interceptions, and he is a corner, and he takes blockers very well. That is the Westminster Academy side of the ball. Now, on the Coral Springs Charter Panthers side, we've got Principal Gary Springer, AD Mike Higgins, and head coach Adam Miller. They're in the independents as well. They average 43 points a game. They are 7-2, 4-2 in the district. They average receiving yards 201, average rushing yards per game 213. Their colors are navy, burgundy, and white. Their impact players tonight, number 11, Calvin Jackson Jr., a defensive back junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. Number 52, Josh Paul, linebacker junior, 6'1", 264 pounds. Number 3, Kalen Carson, running back. He's a junior, 5'7", 160 pounds. And their scholar athlete is number 72, Marcos Hilera, with a 4.3 average. He's a senior, 6'3", 290 pounds. Charter top athletes. You better watch out for this one. Number 11, he can score from anywhere. That's Calvin Jackson Jr. He is listed as a defensive back, but folks, he plays running back, wide receiver. He'll play anywhere he can get some hands on the ball. He is 5'10", as I said, 165, and a junior. He's rushed the ball for 26 times for 533 yards, a 21-yard average with 11 TDs. Number 15, 52, you've got Josh Paul. He's a linebacker and a defensive tackle, 6'1", 264 junior. He has 24 solo tackles, 38 total, 3 sacks. He is a big hitter. He fills the gaps fast. Number 3, the game changer, Kalen Carson. He's a running back, 5'7", 160 junior. He rushed for 54 times for 823 yards, 15-yard average, and 11 TDs. He is fast. He finds the lanes quick. He's elusive, and he doesn't go down easy. And finally, number 12, David Mazzola, quarterback, 5'11", 170 junior. He's had 162 attempts, 104 completions, 26 TDs, 1,777 yards, makes good decisions, strong arm, and he can pull and run at any time. Folks, there you go. You've got the impact players, the scholar athletes for both teams. We're getting ready for the kickoff. We're getting ready for the presentation of the colors. You're watching HSPN South Florida. We'll be right back with you.
With a coin toss.
Well, here we go, Chris. Another live game. We're doing a back-to-back tonight. We're in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Great to have you again tonight. It's unbelievable having you aboard doing this play-by-play. Tomorrow night, we head down to Hallandale and pick up the District 6A championship.
It should be a great matchup tonight and tomorrow night. You've got great athletes all over the field. Looking forward to it. Appreciate being with you once again.
Well, I know you were down on the field. You had a conversation with some of those coaches. What did you get out of them, if anything?
Well, basically just strategizing and keys to the game, talking to Coach Soar. Basically echo really what Coach Miller said. They need a tackle tonight. You've got all these playmakers across the field. So being able to wrap up and not let some of these fellas get free is going to be key. And that includes game tackling. You know, making sure you got the guy wrapped up. Ball control. They want to control the line of scrimmage and limit the turnovers.
Yeah, you know,
all those things were key, you know, according to Coach Sword.
You're absolutely correct, because they do have some game changers. They got Carson on the Panther side, and then they've got Gaines on the Lion side.
Yes.
And I understand Carson was at one of the private schools and came back over to Westminster. So when I watched him on tape, I said, this young man's been coached up somewhere. Watch his legs, and if they can control him, they'll have a chance. On the other hand, the Lions will have to control Carson and about 4 or 5 other skilled players.
Oh, absolutely. And we definitely want to watch the execution. You know, according to Coach Miller was talking about just doing the small things, not botching snaps, you know, getting the snap from center. Because both of these teams are going to look to run. They're going to look to control the clock. And whoever can limit the amount of mistakes that they make, and that's from both sides, in this magnitude of a game, of course, is going to get the W.
Well, here they come. I mean, this is big. This is, I know, the Panthers' second semifinal game.
Yes.
And being a semifinal game, that takes this game. The road is Boca Raton and FAU Stadium for the Southeastern Football Conference Championship.
Absolutely, and that will be on the 15th, which is on a Saturday. Now, keep in mind, Glenn, these two teams have matched up 3 other times, starting in 2011. You know, in 2011, that was the first time they went face-to-face. Panthers won 37-7. That was at home and held Westminster to about 120 yards of total offense. But then you skip ahead to 2012. They faced off twice, once in the regular season, once in the playoffs, in which case Westminster was able to get revenge, won 49-14, and then got a big-time overtime win, 29-22. So,
well, that's phenomenal, and they're going to meet again tonight. I know the coaches are ready. We've been ready. We've been following them. Post-game show tonight. Panthers are having a post-game show at Wings Plus in Coral Springs. If there's any Panthers listening, that's where they'll be. Get ready for the kickoff.
Thank you for being here.
Get ready to rumble.
Charter's ready to kick it off.
Panthers are kicking off. I love these stadiums. We are almost on the field, aren't we?
Back deep, you've got Connor Hicks along with Johnny Gaines, who you've mentioned is a dangerous player and one to watch for Westminster. And this one's going to go back through the back of the end zone, and Westminster will take it out to the 20 and start it off 1st and 10.
There we go.
Southeastern Conference Championship playoff style. Winner goes to FAU for the championship, folks. Wherever you may be watching, listening, we're glad you could join us. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout bringing the action here from Lauderdale, Florida.
Here we go.
Of course, at QB, Joseph Varro. And they're going to come out with an empty backfield, spread set wide receivers everywhere. Shotgun formation for Varro. Decides to take it straight up the gut on the quarterback sneak. Doesn't get much. We'll give him maybe 1 or 2.
Big number 64 on the tackle for the Panthers.
Second and about 9 coming up for the Lions. Lions, of course, in the red. Panthers in the white.
That was Christopher Judd.
Shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers to the far and near. Varro. And he's going to go deep.
Throws it
Right
up.
into your screen, broken up.
Broken up by Sanders' Desire, or Desert. Didn't ask, but he floated that one up there. Dangerous.
And Ferris on the coverage for the Panthers. And we've got a 3rd down and about 9 coming up for the Lions. Just underway. 45 seconds into this one. He's going to go with the out route. Over the head of the intended receiver, incomplete. And the Panthers will get it for the first time.
They were going after Desert again. Twice in a row they went after him. They must see something upstairs. But I'll tell you, the young man has a vertical, and it wasn't any problem. As a matter of fact, If he turned around a little sooner on that one throw before that one, it may have been a pick.
Yeah.
So they got away with one. But here we go. Calvin Jackson Jr., Mr. Everything, back to return the punt. And watch out, folks.
And he is electric. So Coach Sorg made strong mention of him as a player to watch, and they're not going to give him much of a chance. That one's going to probably have a net of about 25 yards, and the Panthers are going to get great field position as a result.
That was smart. 11:03, still the first quarter, no score. Panthers first possession. Junior David Vizzola bringing him up.
And Glenn, we will see some A.J. Miller, some play by him tonight, but Vizzola's been running the ship thus far, been doing a great job, so he will get the start tonight. And he's back in the shotgun. They're going with a little screen pass, and
right
shaking defenders, and still on his feet.
Right out to CJ Jr.
Knocked out close to first yardage. Probably about a yard and a half short. So it'll be second down and short coming up for the Panthers. On the march, already into Westminster territory. Shotgun formation. Two wides to the near. Receiver in motion. They had a little botched snap. Panthers luckily fell on it. They're going to lose about 7 yards as a result, though. Third and long coming up.
That's a muddy field. I was down there earlier, so were you. That is a muck field.
Very chewed up, particularly in the middle of the field. So Panthers going with a bunch, 4 wide receiver set to the near side, shotgun for Vizzola. We'll call it third and about 6 coming up. Panthers on the march, first series of the game. Roll it out, completes the screen pass to Jackson. He breaks a tackle, gets the first down, still on his feet, and gain tackle after picking up about, we'll call it 15 on the play. That'll be enough to move the sticks.
That was Cody Hatch, number 11, made the catch and zigging and zagging out there. He took that place of Calvin Jackson back there, that fourth back in the backfield on that quad set.
So first down and 10. Coming up for the Panthers. And then keep it on the ground. And Kalen Carson, who you mentioned, one of the keys in this game, on the carry that time.
Lots of Lions there.
And I apologize, Chris. You're absolutely correct. That was Calvin Jackson. I'm looking at the wrong roster. No wonder you're giving me that look. Just smacked me one time. I got to get it. It's dark off on this side.
I got you.
Oh, my goodness.
So 3 wides to the near, shotgun for Vizzola. The second down and short. I'm going to try another screen pass. They complete it. And breaking tackles and still on his feet inside the 10. And finally brought down just outside of the 10 on the completion to
Ferris. Mr. Ferris's first completion tonight.
Reverses field. Picked up a first down. That'll be enough to move the sticks. First and goal for the Panthers. Under 9 minutes now, first quarter play. No score thus far. The Panthers on the move. Deep inside Westminster territory. And they go with a little razzle-dazzle.
Oh, my.
And got a loss on the play.
Good thing they got the ball back, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tried to get fancy on that one with a double reverse. And that Muck Monster got him again, but he didn't even get the ball clean.
And that just about a loss of about 7, we'll call it. So second and long coming up. Panthers backed up right around the 20 now. They're going to go with the screen pass to Jackson. Got some blockers. Gets around the side and bumped out of bounds. We'll say inside the 10. Don't know exactly where he's going to be lined up. We'll call it the 8. So third down and goal. Ball spotted at the 8-yard line. And we got our first timeout of the contest. Westminster wants to talk about it. 8:07 on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Back and forth we go. We should expect a close one. Coming out of the timeout, it'll be a 3rd and goal from the 8 for the Panthers. See if they can punch it in here in this one.
Folks, you're watching High School Game Day, brought to you by Bleacher.com on HSPN South Florida. You're watching the Coral Springs Charter Panthers and the Westminster Academy Lions in this semifinal playoff game, the road that will lead to FAU.
So coming out of the timeout, Glenn, we've got a 3rd down and about 8 from the 8. Panthers on the march, trying to get the first score of the contest. 8:07 here in the first. Shotgun formation. Once again for Mazzola. Rolling out. Decides to go back to the other side. Panthers get in first. Touchdown.
Panthers got a touchdown in on that.
That's number 6, Zach Weber, on the score.
They decide to roll out and go back to the other side of the field, drew the defense, and completed the pass wide open. Panthers strike first. Sandor Bloshinsky back for the extra point. Snap is back. Kick is up, through, and good. So 8:01 remaining here in the first. Panthers strike first, 7-0 over Westminster Academy.
Well, there you go. They got it first. They got it early, 8 minutes in the first quarter. Panthers are on the board. Back out there to kick it back down to Gaines. They got caught on that muck field a couple times, but they look pretty impressive, Chris.
Absolutely. Spreading the ball around, getting it up in the air. They've actually thrown the ball twice as much as you would expect them to do so thus far in this. Haven't gotten the running game going. We should probably see that, I'm sure, as we get going into this one. So 7-0 to score thus far. 8:01 here in the first quarter of play. From H.W. Huizinga Family Field here in Lauderdale, Florida. Lashinsky will kick off. Once again, Gaines back deep. Joined by Hicks. Hicks gets it. Gets up across the 20, still trying to find some room and falls forward. Great return up around the 35. We'll mark it around the 35, and that's where the Lions will have it with an opportunity to try and tie this one up at 7.
You got Mitch Sovereign, number 24, on the tackle, but he did pick up a few after he was wrapped up.
The Lions will have the ball on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
First and 10 for the Lions. And we got flags on the play. We might have had too many players in the huddle. So that's going to back it up 5. So 1st and 15 for Westminster Academy. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Pistol formation. And he go with the running play.
There he goes. There he goes.
Room across the 50, across the 40. He's going to take it the distance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Westminster.
What did I tell you about Gaines? He's the game breaker. 65 yards to the paint. If they don't contain Gaines, it's going to be a long night. I told you in the very beginning.
Like a rocket, straight up the middle, turned on that speed, and forget about it.
So Westminster answers on their 3rd running play of the contest. Extra point ensuing. Snap is back. Kick is up. through, and good. So 7:38 on the clock, and we got a tight one, 7-7.
They came to play. They're at home. Yes, sir.
Panthers nowhere around being able to catch up to that kid once he got through
No way.
The secondary, and they had angles on him and still couldn't catch him.
No way. I've been watching games all week on tape, and I'm telling you, the young man does not stop the motor. He has got some feet that will not stop. He has great balance. He has great field vision. And just like you saw, he just took the lane to the house.
Check it out online, ladies and gentlemen. It's airing right now.
And back deep
Wow.
for the Panthers. Roll Ferris.
Quick kick.
And they go with the little short one. Don't even want to give the Panthers an opportunity, but give up field position nonetheless, and they're going to spot it just short of the 35, maybe around the 35. So good field position once again for Charter at their own 35.
They didn't want to get the balls in the hand of CJ Jr., I'm sure of that.
So a spread set once again for Vizzola. And the pistol formation. And they go with the low screen pass to the near side of the field. Up across the 40.
Hit hard.
Complete to Garrison Swain.
Hit hard by number 2, Connor Hicks. Number 3, Ryan Moore.
A gain of about 6, so we got 2nd and 4 coming up. Ball spotted just across the 40, about the 41-yard line. 4 wide receiver set once again for Vizzola. In the pistol. He gets a snap, decides to tuck it. And get what he can. Maybe he got 2. Good pursuit by Westminster. Looked like initially he wanted to possibly go with a little option, but decided to keep it. And actually, they say he picked up enough with his forward momentum to give him a first down. So let him move the sticks. First down and 10. Ball spotted right around the 45. Throwing a little draw play right up the middle. Minimal gain that time by Kalen Carson.
Carson does not get much.
Gain of about 1. So 2nd and about 9 coming up. 4 wide receiver set once again for Vizzola. In the pistol formation. They keep it on the ground once again. And popping it up the middle. Still moving. They're going to get full momentum of probably about 6 on the play. But a good, tough run that time by Kalen Carson once again.
Another big hit by Connor Hicks, number 2, on the Lions side of the ball as well. I love it. Great sportsmanship out there. He put a big hit on him, put the wood on him, lifted him up, tapped him on the helmet. Great sportsmanship.
So a big 3rd down and about 3 coming up for the Panthers inside of Lions territory. Shotgun for Vizzola. They're going to decide to put it up in the air. Completes this one. Gets the first down and then some.
Great catch. That's number 8, makes a great catch. That's Swain. Swain played some big ball last week. Great clutch catch. A little bitty slant pattern. Vizzola throw a rocket.
That moves it up across the 40.
Well, they're taking an official timeout. It's 5:16. We've got a score of 7-7. This is a exciting first quarter semifinal matchup. Southeastern Football Conference. All roads lead to FAU. You're watching high school sports on HSPN South Florida. Stay with us, folks.
Yeah, I said it to him. I was like, hey, buddy, try that fucking. Some lady was.
Here we go. Panthers got it out on the ball. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38 of Westminster Academy. Panthers on the move, trying to break the 7-7 tie we've got. Jackson in motion. Go with the screen, a reverse to him in motion. And he picks up about 5. We'll give him on the play.
Again, Connor Hicks, the first one on the tackle.
Connor Hicks got in on that tackle as well. 4:48 counting down in the first quarter. It's a second and about 7 to go for the first down for Panthers.
Panthers on the move. Second series of the contest for them. A shotgun. Gorgonzola goes with the hard count, decides to go with the screen, and might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe, was Kalen Carson.
That's Hankerson, number 5, that made that quick hit.
No, excuse me, that was number 5. That was Hosey Hankerson, big Hosey.
Actually going to probably be a loss on the play, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. And in this kind of situation, you wonder if Coach Miller's going to possibly decide to test out the leg of Sander Bolshinski. Deep over the right side, incomplete, overthrows the intended receiver that time. And they will test the leg of Bolshinski. Check that short punt coming up. So look to make this directional and get this one up. Not a lot of air underneath it. It's going to go through the back of the end zone, and Westminster Academy will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
WA is going to take the 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 3:36.
So 3:36 remaining here in the first. Chris Jenkins, Glenn Stout, bringing in the action on HSPN. I'm glad you could join us tonight. Southeastern football playoff action here Thursday night. Brought to you by Bleacher.com.
Exciting action with these young players.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 20. Decided to keep it up the middle and snuff it out of the Panthers. Great defensive play. And that's going to be a loss of about 5.
That was number 9 making that big hit. Cameron Perez, he's a captain for the Panthers. 2nd down and 15.
So approaching 3-minute mark. We got a 7-7 ball game. Westminster puts this one up on the slant route. Big time catch and pulling that one in, Ryan Moore.
And Les Dagger made the catch. What a catch. Moving the chains. Moving the ball.
One tackle away from taking that one the distance, too. So another fresh set of downs coming up. They decide to go with the reverse, and the Panthers snuff it out. And a big-time loss for the Lions.
Wow. With the wrong direction.
I know what he was trying to do.
Jordan Cabral on the reverse that time. Panthers not hearing it.
Field's way too wet to try that. And it isn't wet from rain.
Loss of about 15 on the play.
.222 on the clock.
So 2nd down and 2 miles coming up for Westminster. We'll see what they can do. Shotgun. Decided to put it up, go with the screen pass, and didn't see it that time. Varro. I think he might have threw that one away intentionally. Panthers had a spy there, ready for the play. With 2:09 remaining first quarter play. Still knotted up at 7. Westminster in a bit of a hole. Ball spotted at about the 28. 3rd and long. And they decided to go with another little short pass that time. Pass intended for Ryan Moore. Incomplete. And the Lions will have to give it back.
Looks like the Lions are going to put this in the air by way of punting.
Looks like they maybe have Swain back on the return now. Giving Calvin Jackson Jr. a little break.
High snap that time. Punt of maybe about 30 yards, we'll say.
Almost closing in the second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tie matchup. Panthers versus the Lions.
154 on the clock. And we've got a 7-7 ball game. Panthers strike first from about 8 yards out.
Stand up.
Westminster comes right back and takes it about 65 yards to the house from their main weapon, Johnny Gaines. So Panthers, 3rd possession of the contest. Just short of the 40-yard line, we'll call it the 39. With the spread set, Mazzola rolling out, and they go with a little fake.
Nothing there. You got, looks like number 22 or number 32 darting in. It was either McKenzie. Had to be McKenzie. There is no 32.
Kalen Carson on the carry. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and long coming up. As we are under a minute 30 here in the first 7-7 ball game. Here in Lauder Lakes, Florida. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout bringing the action. Southeastern playoff action. Mazzola goes deep over the far side and incomplete. And that one was intended for Jackson. A little too much air underneath that one. Incomplete. Clock stopped with 1:07 remaining. We got a 3rd down. And about 10 for the Panthers.
Swain in motion. He's going to swing it over there to him, but there's nothing going. 2-3 yards.
Yeah, not having it. Lions coming up quickly on it. Only got about 3 or 4 on the play.
Put him in motion, try to get him to come underneath. They weren't buying it.
Defenses look like they're starting to settle in here in this one. And 4th and 10 coming up. 4th and 8, I should say. And the Panthers will punt it away. And to get this one off, medium.
Fair catch.
Here, underneath that one. Westminster calls for the fair catch. And they'll take it just across the 25. So 27 seconds remaining here in the first 7-7 ball game. H.W. Huizinga Family Field here in Lauder Lakes. Westminster on the move, going with a hard count. Decide to keep it on the ground. And minimal gain at best, might have gotten one on the play.
Short gain of 1 yard.
Gains on the carry.
14 seconds counts him down. The clock is not stopping.
That'll probably be the last play here of the first quarter as we wind down. 1 quarter in the books, Glenn. We go to the second. Tied at 7.
There you go. It's an exciting first quarter. Amazing amount of play going crazy with all of these back and forth. A lot of exciting players. 12 minutes second quarter, 7-7 game, and we got it going on down here in the booth.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Good stuff. Exactly what you would expect with what's at stake. As we said in the open, Westminster trying to stay undefeated to go to the championship. Of course, Panthers trying to get over the hump, getting this far last year before bowing out.
Exactly, and we said it on the onset of the broadcast. You got to watch Calvin Jackson Jr. and you better keep an eye on Ray Gaines. And what happened? Gaines busted one for 65 yards and found his lane, and they are playing ball. Folks, you're watching high school football primetime, powered by HSP in South Florida. This is Coral Springs Panthers versus Westminster Lions, live from Lauderdale Lakes Park.
Girls side, so our boys side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9.
So to start off the second quarter play, Westminster
Amanda Baker, both district champions.
will have the ball. They're on 25.
How are you?
Thank you.
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm hoping for a win tonight.
Second down and about 8 coming up.
We're on.
Varro
Don't want to be in this
in
one.
the pistol.
He's there.
And tripped up. Oh my goodness.
That was Les Dager, and he caught that ball. 35-yard completion on a little post pattern, a little skinny post, right in the middle of the field. Cover 2. He caught the safeties, and boy, oh boy.
Panthers dodged a serious bullet that time. Ankle tackle, keeping him from going the distance.
Oh my.
So they spotted about the 35, and that's where Westminster will take over with another first down. Gaines to the near side. Rounds the corner.
That's Gaines again.
And he gained about 8, so it's going to be a second and short coming up.
First down. Their second.
Westminster on the move. Just underway here, second quarter play, 7 tight on the scoreboard.
11:33, 7-7.
2 wides to the far, 1 to the near. 3 back set. Varro in the pistol formation. Goes with the long count. Has plenty of time now, pressure. And this one's probably going to come back. There is a flag on the play. Tries to get what he can. Just short of the 20.
Looks like it might be a hold.
An illegal block. So that one's going to back the Lions up. And this may kill whatever momentum they had going, Glenn. But they're going to take them back 15 yards.
Yeah, that is a crucial penalty. That just takes away half of all of that big gain that they got on that skinny post up the middle.
Absolutely. Illegal block. Strike to the head. So they take it back 15 yards just across midfield. Barely into Panther territory. And we'll spot it about the 48, call it. And they're going to go the screen pass and incomplete that time.
Screen pass is incomplete. Went to a 3rd and long, maybe 25.
So a 3rd and long situation will get the Panthers out of the hole they were in. If they can hold. First down yardage needed up around the Panther 25. So Lions have ways to go to pick up the first. Go with the pistol formation. Three wide receiver set, decided to keep it on the ground with Gaines and swallowed up. Big time defensive play led by number 12, David Vazzola.
The quarterback is in, playing both ways, and he comes in with a big hit. You know those quarterbacks love coming in and getting on the other side of the ball. I got one up on the roof. They used to absolutely love it when he got to play safety and come downhill and put the wood on somebody.
Big time tackle by Vazzola.
Love it.
And that'll force a punt. And we'll see if Jackson check that. Weber is back deep. This one goes over his head and falls into the end zone, so he doesn't get an opportunity to make anything happen. It'll be brought out to the 20, first and 10 for the Panthers. Still 7-7. This one's tightened up defensively, Glenn.
Dangerous, dangerous play.
Our Westminster Academy cross-country girls looks like they finished first in their district.
He gave a little scare, but he backed away.
Amanda Baker.
So first and 10 coming up with the Panthers. Ball spotted at the 20.
Caitlin Hamilton in the fifth.
Panthers in the white.
Sixth and
Lions in the red. 10:22 on the clock here in the second.
cross-country girls.
Four wide receiver set. Shotgun for the Panthers. And they keep it up the middle.
Slipped up.
By Big Micah Smith, number 77, in on that tackle.
Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, if that.
Another one.
So second and long coming up.
Boys, we are ranked number 1 in our district as well for cross country. Casey McCracken finished first. Patrick Sash finished second. Joshua D'Angelo finished third. Daniel Wood finishing fourth.
Four wide receiver set once again. 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. Vazzola in the shotgun.
Good job.
Goes with the slant, completes it across the middle. And that'll be enough to move the sticks.
Little slant, Calvin Jackson Jr.
Had to go low for that one, pulled it in. Keep the drive alive for the Panthers.
Greg McKenzie in on that tackle. Getting aggressive.
Coming up on the 9-minute mark here in the second. 7-7 ball game. Vazzola in the shotgun. Goes with an audible, looks like. And a hard count. Goes with a little option play to the near side. Break a tackle, still on his feet. Up across the 40. And finally forced out of bounds. On a big time push out. And we're going to have some little extracurriculars going on after the play on the carry for the Panthers. Kaylin Carson that time. And there are flags on the play, so we'll see if something's going to be tacked on. Possibly. And they will tack on unsportsmanlike penalty to the end of the run. Panthers will be just short of the 40. Carson popped out of bounds. Tackle at 15 yards, and the Panthers have an automatic first down inside of Westminster Academy territory. 8:58 on the clock. Second quarter play, still 7-7. Pistol formation. They decided to keep it up the middle, and they gave it about 3. Cam Perez on the carry. That time for the Panthers. And we've got flags after the play.
There's another flag ball.
Unsportsmanlike against Westminster. That's going to move it ahead even further.
Oh my. Oh my.
You got to keep your composure. Wow.
That is mental discipline.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 in the same series, and
Yes.
the one had no place when he was out of bounds. You can tell there's a lot of emotion in this game. Hey, you end up losing, you go home.
So tack on 15 more, and the Panthers in business, deep inside of Westminster territory, and they're going to call it a timeout to talk about it. Coach Sorge probably had enough, wants to rally the troops and get things together. Coming out of the timeout, though, Panthers looking good. They'll have a first down and 10 at the Westminster Academy 25.
8:29.
You're watching High School Game Day, brought to you by Bleacher.com on HSPN Sports South Florida. The Coral Springs Panthers versus the Westminster Academy Lions in a 7-7 ball game with 8:29 left on the clock in the second quarter.
So here we go. First and 10 at the Westminster Academy 25 for the Panthers. 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on this drive alone. And Westminster wants to talk about it as a result, calling the timeout before we took the break. See if the Panthers can take advantage. Picking up 30 yards of free yardage. And we're back to action now. 4 wide receiver set once again for Mazzola. In the shotgun, going with a hard count. Decides to keep it.
That's right, he's brought down.
And might have gotten 1 on the play.
Looks like that was number 2 in on that. Connor Hicks bringing him down.
Coming up on the 8-minute mark here in this one. Still tied at 7, but the Panthers, via a couple of unsportsmanlike penalty gifts on the move, trying to take advantage to break the tie. Second down and about 9 coming up, and we're going to have a false start. That was probably going to be against the Panthers. That'll back it up 5. So second down and about 14, we'll call it, for the Panthers. In motion, Carson decided to go with the run to the far side.
Number 1 to complete that is Sanders was here.
There's actually Weber in motion, Carson on the carry.
Got a lot of tackles in on that.
And that'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage. So a third and about 10 coming up for the Panthers.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a 3rd and 10 now.
Coming up on the 7-minute mark here in this one. Still tied at 7. It's become a defensive struggle over the last quarter or so. Mazzola back deep, decides to tuck it and run with it, and he's not going to go anywhere.
Looks like a face mask.
Flags on the play, though. That might be key, Glenn. If this is against Westminster, might be an automatic first.
It looked like he ripped his face mask to me. And the dirty laundry on the field, they're talking about it right now.
So a defensive play that might have stalled the Panthers may be helped once again. And a face mask, unsportsmanlike, that's gonna give the Panthers an automatic first and keep the drive alive. Panthers knocking on the door now. First
Three.
And 10 at about the 19, we'll call it.
3 personal fouls in one series.
Once again, 4 wide receiver set for Zola. Looking inside, picked off by Westminster. And they go back the other way across the 20, or close to the 20, and a big-time defensive play by Westminster. We got flags on the field. This one might be against the Panthers, tacking on even more yardage. We'll wait and see.
One of our impact players today, number 52, Zach Ledbetter, makes that pickoff. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore.
So
Zach
a big
Ledbetter.
time play he made, and they're going to add 15 more to the end of the run.
Wow, did that flip quick?
Yeah, flip the script real quick. So now Westminster will have their shot at it.
There you
Panthers
go.
Get inside the 20.
There you go, number 52, offensive guard. He is actually linebacker, Zach Ledbetter.
So Panthers, they'll have an opportunity with a spread set bunch formation to the near from their own 35 going the other way.
How the momentum shifts very quick, Chris.
6:35, counting down before the half.
Varro in the shotgun. They go with the screen pass to the near side. Coming up across the 40 and popped out of bounds.
Looks like Ryan Moore, Chris.
Ryan Moore, exactly. Bringing that one in. Got about, we'll call it 8 on the play. 6:28 on the clock, still tied at 7.
Second and a short 2-yard gain for the first down. Looks like it's going to be official time.
And we got an official's timeout. Teams can gather themselves. We got a great one for you here tonight from Lauderdale, Florida. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout.
Hey, as we got a break on the field, we're going to go through our impact players today. We called him out earlier in the pregame show, but if you missed it, here he is. Number 15, Joseph Barrow for Westminster Academy. Number 52, you just saw Zach made an interception down around the goal line. Impact play. Number 6, there he is, Mr. Action Johnny Gaines, who ran one for 65 yards and a touchdown. On the Charter side, number 11, Calvin Jackson Jr., they'll keep an eye on him. And we'll get to the rest of them when we get another break. 2 more impact players for the Panthers. 2 of them that you just saw right there, folks, have made big-time plays. Gaines, Ledbetter, Zedbetter for the Lions, and C.J. Swain for the Panthers.
So second down and short coming up, and they go with the fake, and the quarterback keeper, Barrow, still on his feet, popped up across the 40 into Panther territory. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 coming up. Westminster.
There you
So
go.
a nice fake to Gaines.
There you go. We just talked about him. Kept the ball. Run up for another chain mover, 1st down.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You got to shout if you're a Lion fan. We need cheers on this opposition.
The ball spotted at the Panther 35, 1st and 10, Westminster Academy. On the move now, and flags go everywhere. We might have a false start, and that will go against the Lions and move them back 5.
Well, let's finish the impact player on the Panther side of the ball while they're walking it off. We've got on the impact player for the Charter Panthers, number 52, defensive lineman Josh Wilpaul, 264-pound. He is a bruiser. And then our final impact player number 3, you've seen him, running back Kalen Carson.
So 5:50 on the clock, 7-7 tie. Lions on the move inside of Panther territory. They decide to go with another carry, straight up the gut by Varro.
Looks like Hero got back to the last scrimmage. It may have been like the original last scrimmage, gain of about,
So we'll say
not there yet. Second.
no gain on the play. We got a second and about 12 coming up for the Lions. Trying to take advantage of a big-time interception by Zach Ledbetter. And we've got a timeout. Westminster wants to talk about it. So 5:05 remaining here in the second. We've got a defensive struggle at this point. 7-7 is what we got for you.
We want to acknowledge the biggest and best sports bloggers in the country, Bleacher.com. Bleacher.com doing all of our graphics tonight. Also streaming us tonight, FloridaGridironPreps.com. We welcome your fans. And up in Gainesville, we've got Florida High School Football. That's FloridaHSFootball.com. Back down here in South Florida, FloridaVarsity.com. And we want to also mention Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation Media Group. Without Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation Media Group, there would be no HSPN Sports. Thank you for everyone that's watching and supporting the kids.
So we've got a second down and long coming up, Glenn. And they go with Gaines on the sweep, and he gets nowhere. Panther D tightening up. So that's going to bring up about a third down and about 13, we'll call it.
That gets back to the line of scrimmage. Third and about 13, maybe even 12 or so. 4:38, catching off before the half.
So 3 wide receivers set to the near, 1 to the far. Pistol formation for Varro. Goes with the silent count. And pressure, breaks a tackle, still has the play alive, tries to set up and floats this one, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And I think we've got flags on the play. Refs discussing. We don't see any hankies though. And that was gonna force a Westminster punt. Panthers hold defensively.
Look at that big Micah Smith coming through the screen. That young man is 6'7", 240 pounds, my friend. The
That's
defensive
a load.
end.
That is a load.
And it looks like he's got a Flintstone club on his hand.
So Westminster in punt formation. And we got flags on the play before the snap. And they're going to wave off the flag.
Wave off the flag.
It's like they got Zach Weber back deep to return this punt for the Panthers.
So Lions get the little punt off. This one will roll through the back of the end zone. Panthers will take over first and 10. They're on 20. 4:15 on the clock. Still knotted up at 7.
4:15 left before the half. It's still a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
So Panthers unable to take advantage of 3 unsportsmanlike penalties in their last series. Westminster drives into Panther territory and stalls out. This has become a defensive struggle back and forth. 4:15 remaining. Panthers at their own 20. 1st and 10. Rizzola in the shotgun. And they're going to keep it on the ground. Pocket his way forward. We'll gain about 5.
Straight, that's Henry Kluger on that tackle.
Kalen Carson. Only 5'7", 160, but plays huge. So 2nd down and medium coming up. And flags come in late on the play, but a nice run keeping those legs moving. We'll see if the play holds up. Carson on the carry once again.
Number 4, Desir was in on that. Number 1 was in on that change, but we got flag call.
Oh, wow. Unsportsmanlike face mask penalty. That'll tack on more yards to the end of the run against Westminster.
Against WA.
That's 2 face masks in 1 quarter.
We're talking about 60 yards in unsportsmanlike penalties to my count thus far.
I bet that's very uncharacteristic for the Lions.
The ball spotted around the 45 of the Panthers. On the unsportsmanlike, they go to the screen pass to the far side, snuffed out by Westminster. Garrison Swain,
Oh my.
trying to make something out of it and can't. And that's going to be a loss of about 7. So under 3 minutes now, 2nd quarter. Still 7 up.
We got those cheerleaders too on the air. This is an event, not just a football game. We cover the whole event.
Get it all in for you. Deciding to keep it on the ground. All the Panthers might have gotten 1 on the play.
We'd like to say a special thank you to our cheering coaches, Coach Jim Casey.
So we're looking at about a 3rd. We'll call it 16 coming up for the Panthers.
Our ladies entertainers and true ladies entertainers. There we go.
Right at their own 40. Under 2 minutes now. Panthers trying to pick up a big 1st down. Keep the drive alive. Rizzola in the shotgun. Folks went up high and deep. And off the fingertips of Jackson.
Great defensive play by Gabe Delgado, number 20. And if you know that name, that is our scholar athlete of the game. 4-point, almost 5-point forever. Gabe Delgado gets his hand up there, or else it was 6 points for the Panthers. And we got a Panther down.
Panther down plus
we don't have
flags on the play.
Looks like going to tie some shoes for one of those big ones, big guys. Well, we're going to show you those cheerleaders again down in front. Those are Westminster Academy Lion cheerleaders doing it for their team today.
So an eligible receiver downfield.
Player downfield on the Panthers.
The penalties decline.
We declined it, so it brings it.
Looks like, Chris, they're declining that penalty, so it.
And long.
3rd down and 14. Unless they haven't moved it. Nope, they haven't moved it. It's 4th down.
The Panthers in a punting situation. High snap. And get this one up. And it gets a little bit of a Panther bounce. Gets inside at 20. and dives right around the 18.
Down to the 18-yard line. Lions are going to have the ball with 1:34 left before the half. First and 10.
Same score, folks. Still 7-7. 1:34 remaining here in the second quarter of play. We got a defensive struggle back and forth between these two ball clubs. Both teams scoring in the first quarter of play early, and no scoring since. Panthers unable to take advantage of, as I said, about 60 yards of penalties against Westminster. Both teams in each other's territory, but unable to capitalize from a scoring standpoint. So first and 10 for Westminster. They'll keep it on the ground. Going again, shaking defenders, and gets what he can. I think he will have enough to get the first down. Gain of about 11, and that'll move the sticks. First and 10, Westminster.
Notice those legs for gains. They do not stop moving on contact. Impressive young running back.
Bunch formation once again. They keep it up the middle. Looks like they're going to be content to run it.
Going up the middle again.
Gain of about 4 on the play. Gains on the carry once again.
Here's second and about 6.
Ball spotted at about the 37-yard line. Once again, bunch formation. Gains on the carry. Got a little room over the near side. Popped out of bounds right at midfield. And that'll stop the clock with 55 seconds remaining here in the second.
Seconds left, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Lions fan, you need to be off your feet. You can stand up in 55 seconds.
And I believe Westminster Glenn is sitting on at least one timeout, so we'll see what they do. They're keeping it on the ground exclusively here in this bunch formation. And they'll go back. They'll complete a screen pass over the near side, tiptoes the sideline. Finally popped out of bounds. And number 24, Seneca Fuller on the reception.
24 Seneca Fuller on that.
And 50 seconds remaining. And Westminster methodically moving the lock of the field at this point. Inside of Panther territory now. Buck formation. 3-step drop. Fires this one across. Near side incomplete.
Intended for Ryan Moore.
And that one intended for Ryan Moore. And that stops the clock with 45 seconds remaining. Westminster taking their time. And there was a flag on the play. And a warning to the Panthers. Sideline warning.
Sideline warning on the Panthers side.
So Westminster looking to keep the momentum going and punch this one in going into the half. 7-7, still good score. 45 seconds remaining here in the second. Both teams scoring very early in the first quarter play and no scoring thus far beyond that. Pistol formation. Varro looks, pumps, decides to tuck this one under, goes straight up the gut, still on his feet, and busted for it. Close to another first down. I think he's going to have it.
Penalties down 38 seconds.
Westminster in hurry-up mode now. Coming up on the 30-second mark. They decide to go with the quick snap and get what they can. Still got about 4 or 5 more. And then we got a clock stoppage now with 29 seconds.
29 seconds left before the half, ladies and gentlemen.
So what would have been an opportunity to kill the ball, Westminster decides to go with a little quick run, picks up more yards, they got a first down, and now they kill it with 25 seconds remaining. spotted around the 25-yard line with 25 seconds remaining. Varro in the pistol. Looks over to Gigas, goes with slant route and caught.
Wow.
And that's going to put it inside at 15, Glenn.
He made that catch with Ferris all over his back.
Can the Panther defense hold, or can West punch it in? And flags on the play before the snap.
Flags on the play before the snap.
And we've got a false start. That'll back Westminster up 5. $19 seconds remaining. 7-7 ball game. We'll see if Westminster can punch it in. They've methodically moved it up. Used the clock brilliantly in the process. And we've got another. I thought we had a flag on the play. Looks like they hadn't whistled the start. Both teams got a little antsy. And now we're back to official play. So, shotgun,
Oh,
side incomplete.
almost picked off.
Les Dogger, the intended receiver. Can the Panther D hold? So third down. And about 14, we'll call it, for the Lions. 13 seconds remaining here in the half. Float this one up. Fade route. Incomplete.
That is incomplete.
Pass intended for number 24 that time, Seneca Fuller, and there are flags on the play after the play. And if this one's against Westminster, it may kill their opportunity to punch one in before the half. Unsportsmanlike against Westminster Academy.
That is number 4 or number 5?
I believe number 5. 75 yards in unsportsmanlike penalties. Unofficially, might be more. So 8 seconds remain. And Westminster methodically moving the ball off the field. That might have killed all the momentum for them. They'll see if they can possibly get 3 in. And Westminster going for it on about a 4th and 20. But the Panthers are talking about it first. So they'll call a timeout with 8 seconds remaining. And when we return, we've got a 4th down and about 20, roughly, for Westminster. I guess they don't want to attempt a field goal. I want to try and go for it to get 7 on the board.
Seems like a lot more excitement than a 7-7 ball game, doesn't it, Chris?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, you've got a lot of big plays, scores happening, gains, bust 165 yards, and wow, it was done within about 6-7 seconds, but it's a barn burner.
Well, the funny thing about it is, in spite of the fact that we've only got 7 points on the board for both teams, the impact players have made an impact thus far in this one.
They certainly have, and said better, making that big pick down deep into his territory.
Absolutely.
That was a swing,
Yes.
6
Big
points
time.
easy taken away.
This is the matchup, ladies and gentlemen.
But as I just said a few minutes ago, in spite of 75 yards and unsportsmanlike penalties alone, the Panthers have been unable to take advantage. So coming out of the break by the Panthers, 7-7 ball game, 8 seconds remaining on the clock, second quarter of play. Westminster facing a 4th and forever, and they're going to go for it. Varro in the shotgun, 4 wides to the near, 1 to the far. He's going to go deep into the end zone. Out.
Picked up.
Out of bounds.
Well, it was caught. I think he was in the end zone, and that was number 6 for the Panthers, Zach Weber, all for naught because they ran out of time. It's a 7-7 ball game.
I thought he ran out of real estate myself, but I guess he did. And tonight's halftime performances are brought to you by Westminster Academy. And you're watching South Florida High School football on HSPN Sports. This playoff game is brought to you tonight by Bleacher.com and powered, of course, by HSPNSports.com.
Stay with us. We have bands that drove in. We had fans that drove in. Now, when I say drive in, we're all the way across Coral Springs. It's probably maybe 10 miles, but they had a fan band that they filled up. They call them the Charter Crazies. There's a post-game show after the game up at Wings Plus in Coral Springs. I'm down here in this field. The last time I was here was a long time ago when the Panthers came in and played Westminster, and Darius Butler was playing for the charter school. Darius is now playing in the league.
Of course, Indianapolis Colt making plays right and left.
They are at 7 tips. They have a case down there as well. So we want to give the quartet jazz ensemble.
Then we've got the cheerleaders getting ready to go. We've got a 16-minute half. And I'll tell you, Chris, what an exciting game. It was billed with these impact players that we came in. I told the coaches down on the field, I said, you know, if you can get Gaines loose and you don't maintain him, then he's going to get loose and break some. On the transverse side of the ball, you got CJ, Calvin Jackson Jr. Of course, for you all out there that don't know this, that is Calvin Jackson Sr.'s son. And if you're familiar with that name, yes, he coached at Charter, but more important, he's one of those players that played for the Auburn Tigers and has the ability that they went undefeated. And he's a War Eagle. So Calvin Jackson, and then you've got Zed Better that comes in. That makes a play that really stops that drive.
Oh, well, absolutely. As I said, you know, even though we've got a 7-7 ball game, you've got playmakers making plays when it counts on both sides of the ball. So it's going to make for a big-time second half.
And we know as well as you know that winner goes and the loser stays home.
Absolutely. This is where it counts. This is where you need to make the plays. So it shouldn't be surprising, I guess, that we've got a 7-7 ball game and the defensives have tightened up. But you got to take advantage of the opportunities, and the Panthers, to some degree, haven't done that.
I'm surprised. I'm very, very surprised with the fact that Westminster, the Lions, had so many personal fouls.
Oh, absolutely. That's just a loss of composure. There's no other way to put it. And as I said, you're talking about genuine opportunities. You know, on one drive alone, I think 4 unsportsmanlike penalties called against Westminster. Panthers couldn't convert. As you said, Ledbetter making the big play.
I know that head coach Jake Swords is not happy at all, and I'm sure he's talking to them right now about that, because they didn't score, but it really turned the game. It started turning that momentum around.
Yes.
And you're absolutely correct. If Zed Better doesn't make that pick, that was during that whole series of personal fouls, that would have really hurt them mentally. Not physically, but mentally, because there's so many mental mistakes, and then it did happen. But Zed Better comes up with a big play.
Absolutely, especially when you're talking about a close game and you're talking about just 1 or 2 key plays that are going to make or break this game in the second half. It could have happened in the first easily.
So we've got a 7-7 ball game, folks. I'm here with Chris Jenkins. The band's getting ready to set up. The charter band came in from Coral Springs Charter. We're in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. We are going to take a quick break and get some water on these vocal cords, and you all enjoy the activities. We're going to be back in 13 minutes and 25 seconds. You're watching high school sports, prime time on HSPN South Florida. Brought to you by Bleacher.com.
I got this. Do it. That frees you up to do other stuff. To gather your thoughts and everything else. Yeah, I got this one early on.
Strong on the body. off tomorrow. One of us has to get back to school. And the other has to get Karen there. You want to take Karen and I'll take Ty and I'll meet you back there? Hey.
Guys. Hi. I'm just going to take a back breath. Four back breath. How's the game been? Exciting, challenging. We've had lots of fouls. 100 yards of fouls. Oh my goodness. Yeah, bad. Is there anything behind us?
Yeah.
What's the other teams? Are they playing well? Public
Why did they go again?
Jalen Jock. Who's making the answer? Jalen Jock.
Probably started sick.
Right.
They're like a body sick. Numbers wise, so like a two-way school. It's like Pinecrest and Calvary.
Kids on their team.
How many?
There's a lot of kids on their team. There, they have. Here. Come up here. Come on. So I did talk to Sandy. Miranda's not going to be home. Her, but she said they do. She's actually on a cul-de-sac. It's not on the water. So they do like a parade thing. It's very family friendly, very kid friendly. Definitely will be lots of trick or treating and some big parade thing they do. Oh, and even a fire truck comes and they do this whole whatever. She said, really?
And then just in case if you like it, you want more.
Well, Chris, we're back live.
And they had their own solo set.
They've been live the whole time. I hope they got to see and hear the band. We kept a couple of mics up, 36 seconds until the half. This is a brand new ball game. They've got 24 minutes, and we'll know in 24 minutes who is on the road to the championship game in FAU for the Southeastern Football Conference.
Whoever can maintain their composure and whoever makes the most amount of big plays will move on. I think it's pretty much that simple. Both coaches were concerned with turnovers, and there was only one in the first half, and Westminster couldn't take advantage of it. So turnovers haven't been a factor thus far. It's just going to come down to big plays.
It certainly will, and before the half starts, we want to give another recognition to our #1 sports bloggers in the state of Florida, and the one that does all the graphics for tonight's game, that's Bleacher.com. Want to give a shout out and a thank you to all the fans watching from Florida GridironPreps.com. Bobby Jackson doing a great job on the scores tonight. Also, Florida High School Football, FloridaHSFootball.com. Josh Wilson, an incredible job with all of the playoff scenarios. We'll take you right into the playoffs. And FloridaVarsity.com, that is the Rivals group in Florida. That's Mike Singer, great writer. If you want to see great articles, you go and get them at FloridaVarsity.com. As always, Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation Media Group brings this to you as you watch this game tonight.
And hot off the presses, Glenn, we just got word about the next opponent for the winner of this game, Pinecrest and Calvary, taking on one another, and Pinecrest up in that game, 20-7 in the third. So the winner of this contest will take on the winner of Pinecrest Calvary Christian, excuse me. And Pinecrest up thus far.
Hey, you know, I mean, skip 27. Cost us like 75.
About to get it going. About a minute or so before second half play gets started. 7-7 is what we've got for you on the scoreboard. We're here in Lauder Lakes, Florida, at the H.W. Hunzinga Family Field on the Westminster Academy Sportsplex campus. And we've got a defensive struggle. Both teams breaking out early, scoring. Panthers through the air, Westminster on the ground. And we've had a stalemate ever since. Neither team able to get anything going midway through the first quarter all the way through the half. And it is, or might as well be, a 0-0 contest at this point. Of course, the winner moves on to the 3A Southeast Conference State Championship that will be taking place at FAU Stadium on November 15th. Panthers will get it to start off the second half.
Here we go.
Jackson back deep, of course, and they kick it short. Decide to go with a little onside kick action, and we're going to see who gets it. A big-time strategy coming out by Coach Sword from Westminster, but the Panthers hang on and avoid a catastrophe, but they'll start out with great field position at the 49-yard line to start off the second half. We'll see if they can take advantage.
Wow. Hello.
So big-time play, big-time risk taken by Westminster. Panthers hold on to the ball and recover. And Vazola starts out as 49, completes it to Jackson, almost falls down, picks up what he can, and we'll give him about 3 on the little swing pass.
Delgado makes the tackle. And we want to give a special shout out to the concession. The ladies at the concession, they watered us down. Thank you to the ladies at the Westminster Academy concession.
Anything helps.
I wish I knew their name. Ryan didn't give me their name.
So second and long coming up on the minimal gain. He passed to Jackson. Vazola keeps it up the middle, weaving through the defense and gets close to another first down. That might be enough. I think he's going to have about a yard more than needed. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 coming up for the Panthers.
Nice run. Paying attention, looking around.
Actually, they didn't give him enough, and it's a 3rd and short, and we're going to have a false start. That'll move it back. Instead of a 3rd and about 1, it's going to be about a 3rd and 6 now coming up for the Panthers.
False start, moving back. Still repeat the 3rd down.
Not good for the Panthers.
Middle arrow. Big game. Middle arrow.
I believe their 2nd false start of the evening. So we've got a 3rd and 6 coming up. Ball spotted at about the 47 of Westminster. Vazola pumps, goes straight across the middle and picked off by Westminster. And Ledbetter, I think, is the recipient.
Zedbetter.
Again, stepping up big.
A big time play. The impact player of today's game. Zedbetter makes an incredible play.
once again killing the momentum of the Panthers. Lions stepping up big. Second interception of the night by Ledbetter.
There you go, folks. Zach Ledbetter, number 52.
Ledbetter, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta give it up for him. You got hot hands.
And once again, before we go off the air, we'll try and get you the opponent for one of these two teams, either Pinecrest or Calvary Christian. And Westminster keeps it on the carry around the far side. Gains of about 6. Call it second and short coming up. So we'll see if Westminster can take advantage, forcing the second turnover of this contest against the Panthers. 10:02 remaining, still tied at 7 here in the third.
There's those Lady Westminster cheerleaders doing their work.
Varro, 3-back set, decide to keep it on the ground. And he might have gotten one, so it's going to bring up a third down and short coming up.
Looks like he got gained 1 or 2 on that. Third and short. Lions are working on this great momentum on that.
So third and short coming up for the Lions. Inside of Panther territory on an interception, trying to keep the drive alive. 3-back set. And keeping it, Varro on the keeper. And punches forward, gains about 4, and now to move the sticks, 1st and 10, Westminster. They'll spot it at the 30. We will see if Westminster can take advantage of forcing their second turnover of the contest. They can keep it on the ground. Gains, nowhere to go. A host of Panthers in on the stop. Might have gained 1. We'll give him 1. Yeah, 2nd and 9 coming up.
2nd and 9. 8:47 counting down in the third quarter.
Still knotted at 7.
Tie ball game.
Coming up on the 8-minute mark here in the third. Winner of this one will head to the state championship on November 15th. A 2nd and 9 situation. A stacked backfield. They decide to go with a screen or attempt. Varro faking, still going forward, and big time run by the senior quarterback.
That were 6 defenders that he shrugged off, a couple of big defensive linemen, and that young man has been doing some swats.
Oh, nice run by Varro. Picks up positive yards, but still a third down and about 7, we'll call it, inside of Panther territory. Westminster trying to take advantage of the turnover. The second of the night for the Panthers. Westminster in the red, Panthers in the white. 3-step drop, and completes this one. And that's going to be enough. We'll see what the official indication is. I believe it is a catch. They're moving
That is a catch.
First down.
the ball forward. And it'll be right at the first down marker. They're going to give them a first down. First down coming up.
Trying to verify is this going to be a first down or 4th down? This is a 4th down.
So a 4th and inches coming up, just short of the first down yardage needed for Westminster. We're going to keep it up the middle and plugged up. Big time stop by the Panthers. He's not going to get it. Gains on the carry.
Big time stop by number 64 for the Panthers. Christopher Judge makes a big play.
Huge. 4th and inches for Westminster at the 21, and the Panthers hold. So still tied at 7 with 6:41 here in the third.
Coach Miller was on the sideline trying to get those fans going, and he got them fired up. He was going crazy over there.
So the Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21. Shotgun formation for Vizzola. They keep it on the ground. Trying to go with a little wraparound play and no go. Westminster snuffing it out.
We got those 34. Patrick Sasher looked like he stopped a little bit. My bad, 54. That must be getting old, 38 years young. Alex Thomas in on that stop hit. Sorry about that.
How about this game, folks? Semifinal Southeastern Football Conference semifinal game. The road leads to FAU.
Panthers keep it on the ground once again, plowing forward. They might have. They've got about 3 on the play, so that's still going to force a 3rd down and about 7. The Panthers hold defensively, trying to keep the drive alive. If you like defense, this is the game for you. It has tightened up defense big time for both of these clubs. They go to a little option action and still moving forward, but not enough for the first and to keep the drive alive is Vizzola. That'll force a punt by the Panthers.
That's a 4th and about 4. Let's see what the Panthers are going to do on this. Looks like they might be calling a punt.
Is that number 3? Is that more? Is that Racine?
Looks like back to Racine is number 3, Ryan Moore.
More back deep for Westminster Academy. Panthers get this one off. A low floater. This was going to fall at the 40, roll across the 30, close to the 25. It'll die about the 26, and that's where Westminster Academy will take over 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a defensive game.
So 4:40 on the clock. Still knotted up at 7. Who can make the big play?
Well, this may be one of those games where the last team with the ball that scores is going to take this one.
We talked about turnovers coming into this one. Coral Springs Charter Panthers with 2 that they've given up to the undefeated Lions. Lions have not been able to take advantage, however. And both of those turnovers, interceptions by one of the leaders of this Westminster Academy team, Zach Ledbetter.
Yes, sir, Zach Ledbetter.
So
Impact players tonight.
1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 26. They go through the air and they complete this one, minimal gain.
Delger connects it. He catches it. And that was a nice pass.
Dogger on the reception. One of 18 seniors on this Westminster Lion team. Trying to stay undefeated and move on to the state championship. All on the line tonight. 7 up is what we got for you. 4:34 on the clock here in the third. A stacked backfield. 3 backs in the backfield with Varro. They keep it on the ground. And Gaines wrapped up. Big time defensive play that time by the Panthers. Gary Dimyer stepping up, making the stop.
Gain of about a yard.
Big hit.
To a 3rd and maybe a long 6 or 7. 4:16 left.
So we've got a 3rd down and long, Glenn, for the Lions. They've only been able to move the ball about 5 yards on this series so far. Panther defense stepping up. And we've got another timeout.
Timeout is called.
And Westminster wanting to talk about it. 3:56 on the clock here in the third, and a big third down coming up out of the break.
Make sure you continue to support the basketball team.
Folks, you're watching High School Game Day
We got Ices out there.
on HSPN South Florida. This is Coral Springs Charter Panthers versus the Westminster Academy Lions. Live here from Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Brought to you by Bleacher.com.
Got a good one for you. As we've said numerous times, the winner of this one goes to play for all the marbles. Southeastern Conference semifinal action in 3A tonight.
Or just
Chris
Exciting
Jenkins,
game.
Glenn Stout bringing you the action. We got a good one. Defensive battle going on. 7-7, 3:56 on the clock in the third. Big time third down coming up for Westminster. They go up through the air and completes a pass, and that'll be enough to move the sticks, and still on his feet. And they have not whistled this one dead, and moves forward about 7 yards. Big time play for Westminster.
Wow.
Nice catch by the senior Les Dowger.
Power football.
Would not go down on that play. And that'll move it to the 45-yard line of Westminster Academy, keeping the drive alive as we come up on the 3-minute mark here in this one. And they go with the little reverse action and almost taken down, still on his feet. And Panthers finally corralling.
First action. That was Nate Division on that.
Big hit. Host the Panthers.
Nate Division trying to get something going. Broke the initial tackle. But still a loss of about 5. So it'll bring up 2nd and 15 coming up for the Lions. Under 3 now here in the third. Still 7-7 ball game. Three wide receivers to the near, one to the far. Rivaro in the shotgun. Gets this one off and complete across the middle. Almost broke free. Catch once again. Les Dowger stepping up big for Westminster.
Big time players making big time plays. All roads lead to the championship.
About a 22-yard reception, and that'll move the sticks. Fresh set of downs coming up for Westminster. So ball spotted at the 35 of the Panthers. Varro. And oh my goodness, drop pass that time, wide open and then some.
Oh my.
2014 Pinecrest over Calgary in the fourth.
Right now in the fourth quarter, hot off the press. 2014 ball game, Pinecrest and Calgary. Pinecrest is still up 2014.
Oh my goodness, Panthers dodge a bullet. Jordan Cabral, the intended receiver on that one for Westminster. They'll try again, going up through the air, incomplete.
Wow.
And you got to feel for that young man. He had 6. Forget
Written
about it if he brings
all-
that one in.
Written all over it.
Nate Tavengian, the intended receiver on that last play. So 2:01 on the clock, still 7-7 here in this one. Westminster trying to pick up the W, stay undefeated on their home turf against the scrappy 7-2 Coral Springs Charter Panthers. And we've got a third and probably about 6, we'll call it, inside of Panther territory. Westminster on the drive. Pistol formation for Guevaro. 3-step drop. Has some time. Now rolling to the near side. Floats this one up and out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete, intended for sack of 4. Brings to 4th and 10. So what the Lions are going to do, 1:55 left before the end of the third quarter.
So 1:55 on the clock here in the third. Panthers dodged a major bullet about 3 plays back and force Westminster into a possible 4th down situation. Looks like they're going to go for it. Ball spotted at the Panther 35. 4th and about 7. They floated up across the middle, incomplete, and a little miscommunication. It looked like Westminster had a receiver open and trying to shake it off. I believe that's number 24, Seneca Fuller. So Panthers hold, and they will take over 1st down and 10. Decent field position at their own 35. Going the other way. 1:49 on the clock. Still 7 up. Rizzola going with the hard count. Decides to keep it straight up the gut. Plows through one defender. Might have got about 3 before he is stopped. We'll give him 2.
Henry Kruger.
So neither team able to take advantage.
Tackle there. Looks like that was big Hosey Hankerson in on that tackle.
So 2nd and 8 coming up. Panthers trying to take advantage on a big defensive stand the last series. Coming up on a minute now here in the third. Shotgun. And then offset back formation. And they go with Carson. And nice defensive stand by Westminster Academy.
Hosey Hankerson. He's tying it up.
Kalen Carson on the carry and might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on that.
Under a minute now here in the third. We've got a 3rd down and about 8 coming up. We'll call it 9 actually. Rizzola audibly. One back set, low snap, and rolls out and completes this one. And that's going to be enough if the pass is complete. Low.
See what happened with that wet turf. Calvin Jackson Jr. tries to turn it around and go up the field.
Was able to secure the pass to move the stick, but couldn't go any further. And a big time 3rd down conversion as we approach the waning 2nd, 3rd. Panthers on the move. Ball spotted at the 49. Under 10 seconds in the 3rd. If they can get it off. And I don't think they will. And that'll be the 3rd in the book. 7-7 count here from H.W. Huizinga Family Field on Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout bringing you the action on HSPN. Brought to you by Bleacher.com. 4th quarter action coming up. We got a good one.
We do have a good one, Chris. I mean, it is not a high score, but it seems like a very high-scoring game. If it hadn't been for that Ledbetter coming in here, make some business.
Hell
he's
yeah.
at home and he's protecting that field.
He has stepped it up big time. Coming up from that linebacker spot. And Westminster has 3 more great years to look forward to having him. Well, I should say 2, if I can get my math right. He's just a sophomore. We get a look at the cheerleaders.
We got the cheerleaders live on HSPN Sports, South Florida.
HSPNsports.com.
So 4th quarter action coming up. Panthers on the drive now.
This is a live
They have possession.
televised football game.
at their own 49. A big time 1st and 10 coming up. And they keep it on the ground, and they're going to get close to another first down on the run, straight up the gut into the teeth of that Westminster defense.
Smith not letting him go.
Vizzola takes it on his own.
3 to go, gain of about 7.
And there's going to be a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Counting down at the fourth.
A stacked backfield.
Actually,
They go with the
it is
fake, and Vizzola keeps it straight up the gut, still on his feet, and tripped up.
I think they've changed quarterbacks. They did.
That's Henry Kluger.
Number 4 they have right now in the quarterback, which is Ferris.
Holding it tight.
They go with the little Wildcat actions,
Little
look
Wildcat.
like.
Last play was number 4 as
Snuck
well,
one in
Ferris.
on us.
They still have him
Still
in
in the
there.
Wildcat formation. Westminster wants to talk about it. A big-time first down conversion by the Panthers. And coming out of the break, they're going to be on the move still. Ball spotted at the 36 of Westminster Academy. 11:29 on the clock, 7-7 ball game. Both teams getting out fast, scored in the first, and no scoring thus far since. This has turned into a defensive brawl. All the marbles at stake, folks. Southeastern Conference 3A semifinal actions, what we're bringing you tonight. Winner heading to the state championship up at FAU Stadium on November 15th.
That's right, the winner of this matchup, they're going to be playing.
They will take on the winner of Pinecrest and Calvary Christian. Last check we had for you, 27 ball game, Pinecrest in that one. 1st and 10, Panthers on the move. They're going to go with the little reverse action. And he's got some room. Near side, 10, 5, punched out of bounds, just short of the goal line. Woo! 1st and goal coming up for the Panthers.
That was 4.
Wow, that was quite a run.
Hits.
Scampered for about 25 yards.
So just that quick, we got a 1st and goal, Panthers. And we'll see if they can get it over the goal line and break this 7-7 tie, or can Westminster Academy hold? 1st and goal. They're going to keep it and punch it over the right side. No indication yet. Might have gotten to the 1.
They're met in by a host of Lions.
Westminster Academy holds, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 1. Stacked backfield for Vizzola. Actually, check that. Wildcat formation. They go with the snap, trying to find some room, and punches it over. Touchdown, Panthers. Roll Ferris taking his time, found the little crease, and punched it in from 1 yard out. Plenty of time for Westminster Academy, but points at a rarity in this one, folks. 10:34 on the clock. Panthers just take the lead. Bloshinsky back for the extra point. Snap is back. Ball is up. Kick squeaks through that right upright, and it is good. So 14-7 is what we got for you. So big time reverse set that play up, and finally punching it in from 1 yard out, Roe Ferris Jr. 6 foot, 170-pound senior for Coral Springs Panthers. And Kaylin Carson's the one that set that play up. We'll see if Westminster Academy can answer.
I said one more would do it. Let's see if the Lions can answer. They've got the firepower.
So overcoming 2 turnovers have the Panthers thus far to take the lead here in this one. Plenty of time left for Westminster Academy, though. We'll see if they can answer.
I see you, Sarah. Good shout out.
It's like Connor Hicks and Johnny Gaines back deep for the home team. Oshinsky to kick deep, high and deep. Take it at about the 4. And they're going to go to a little reverse action. Coming into your screen is Hicks. Straight defense. Might get and slowed up just enough by the Panther defense, or that would have been 6.
My, I love it. I love it. Independent semifinal football, Southeastern Football Conference. You can't ask for more action. I don't care what they say.
Bolshinsky just got a few hands on him to slow him up enough, or Hicks would have taken it the distance.
Oh my.
So 10:23 on the clock. Plenty of time for Westminster to try and tie this one up. Ball spotted at their own 40, and they're going to keep it on the ground and nowhere to go. Host of Panthers in on the stop.
Tight set on that one.
So we got a short gain of about 4 on that.
Chris Judge, the junior, one of the Panthers in for the stop.
Gain of about 3, bring it to a 2nd and 7.
Minimal gain. We'll call it a gain of 2. About a 2nd and 8 coming up. Varro in the shotgun. And look at the stop line for the play. We got 4 wide receivers set, 2 to the near, 2 to the far. Varro, 3-step drop. Trying to get the screen pass. Panthers snuff it out. It's going to be a loss of about, we'll call it 1. So he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage if the refs are being generous.
9:20, counting down, 4th quarter. It is at 14-7 ball game. Panthers are up by.
So a big 3rd and 12 coming up for the Lions. Just a few ticks under 9 minutes left in this one. 14-7. Coral Springs Charter up. Varro decides to tuck it, trying to find some room. Gets a big block and popped out of bounds. And he's going to have enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10, Westminster.
Oh my God!
Big time conversion on a 3rd and 12 for Westminster Academy. Just across midfield.
Chris, you're getting excited in the booth. You gotta love a high school booth when you're going live.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions. Just across midfield. On the move. Trying to tie this one up at 7. Varro fakes it. They go with the run and snuffed out. Panther defense all over it. Take your pick as to who made the stop on that one.
Matter of fact, we lost some yards on that. Bring it to a 2nd on the long 12.
Gaines on the carry. That's going to be a loss of about 3. That'll put it right back just across midfield. We'll call it the 49. But a 2nd and about 12 coming up. Spread formation. Varro with some time. Floats with some up near side. Picked off by the Panthers. He's got some running room. Looking for some blockers across midfield. Flags on the play. Still on his feet. And crosses the 45. but I believe the interception will stand. There are flags on the play. Possibly an illegal block. We'll wait and see what we get. But a huge turnover forced by the Coral Springs Charter Panthers. An illegal block against Coral Springs. They will keep the interception, which is the most important thing.
They do go back.
But it will be marked off at the spot of the foul. That will move it back across the 30. Huge turnover. First one of the night for Westminster Academy. Still plenty of time in this one. 7:42 on the clock here in the fourth. 14-7 is the count. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout bringing the action here from Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. Southeastern Conference semifinal playoff action tonight. Panthers keep it on the ground. Carson still on his feet, picks up the first down and finally knocked out far side. That'll be enough to move the sticks, I believe, and bring up a first down for the Panthers. See if Westminster Academy can hold and get the ball back. Time will become a factor.
There you go, Kalen Carson, number 3 running back, one of our impact players for the Panthers tonight.
And a second and short. And you know the Panthers are going to keep it on the ground. So we'll see if Westminster can force another turnover. 2-1 in that category. Panthers 2, Westminster 1. They're keeping on the ground once again. And nice running once again. Guess who? Kalen Carson, the junior. And that'll be another first down. Panthers chewing that clock up. 7:25 left here in this one. Panthers nursing a 7-point lead in their own territory. A stacked backfield. And they go with the Wildcat once again. Keep it on the ground. Showing some nice patience. And finally knocked out of bounds on the carry that time, Roe Ferris Jr. Check that. He actually was tackled inbound, so the clock is still running. Second and about 6 coming up, and time starting to become a factor here in this one. Just across midfield. Ball spotted at the 49. Panthers on the move. Once again, stacked backfield. And they're going to go with the Wildcat once again. Big time stop by Westminster. Might have gained 1 on the play as we come up on the 6-minute mark. Panthers holding on for dear life. Westminster trying to force a turnover and tie this one up at 14. Yo, big time third and about 6 coming up for Coral Springs Charter. Go with the one-back set. Vazzola rolling out to the near side. Completes this one. And he's going to get the first down and more. Stays in bounds. Tiptoeing the sidelines. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Panthers. And that might be the backbreaker, folks.
Oh, my.
Zach Weber making it happen.
Oh, my.
Loshinsky in for the extra point with 5:29 remaining here in the fourth. And he squeaks this one through. We've got a 21-7 contest. Charter trying to get over the hump. Got to this point last year before being blanked at home and hoping they can have good fortune, pick up their 8th win, and move on to the state championship. Westminster Academy coming into this one undefeated 9-0. Time becoming a factor. We'll see what the strategy for Coach Jake Zor will be.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 21-7, 5:29, fourth quarter.
5:29, fourth quarter play. Still enough time for the Lions to make some sort of a run. You're going to have to move quick, though. 21-7 is your score. Coral Springs Charter Panthers taking on Westminster Academy Lions here in Southeastern Conference semifinal playoff action in 3A. And they go with the short kick, do the Panthers, and falling on it at their own 25, looks like will be the Lions. 5:28 on the clock. Panthers with a 14-point cushion. We'll see if the Lions go with a little hurry-up action here. They kept it on the ground most of the time. Of course, with their big-time weapon, Johnny Gaines, the senior running back. Other than breaking a 65-yard run to pay dirt in the first quarter, he has been stifled in the second half. First and 10 at their own 25. They put it up in the air. Go with a little screen pass. It's got some room round the near side and finally knocked out of bounds. Nice gain, enough to move the sticks. And Jordan Cabral on the reception. .520 on the clock. Westminster Academy on the move. A long ways to go, though. Still in their own territory. Ball spotted at about the 43, we'll call it. First and 10. Varro has nowhere to go. Decides to tuck it and run. Flags on the play. This one might be holding. We'll see. And we do have a face mask, so that helped Westminster. That'll move the ball forward, and an automatic first coming up. Let's see if it's the 15-yard variety. I believe it is. The 5, only 5. Oh, must have been just a grasp of the face mask rather than an actual hold. Nonetheless, that'll move it forward 5 yards and an automatic first down coming up. Westminster keeping the drive alive, but only 5:13 to operate from.
There's still a lot of time.
Just short of midfield. Varro, 3-step drop in the shotgun, completes this one. Up toward another first down. And Gaines showing he can catch it a little bit out of the backfield. And they're going to give him enough to move the sticks forward. First and 10 coming up. Westminster trying to get something going. One tick over 5 minutes left in this one. They're in a 14-point hole, though. Trying to stay undefeated, move to the state championship. Charter trying to hold on. And Varro completes this one, flushed out of the pocket. And they're going to give him about 6 on the play. So made something out of nothing. That stops the clock with 4:45. Lions trying to keep it going. 2nd and 6 coming up. Inside of Panther territory at this point. A bunch set. They set up the screen pass, but Panthers all over it. Leading the way, Zach Weber helping to make the tackle. Only a gain of maybe 2, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long situation. Ball spotted just short of the 40. Clock is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. Coming up on 4 minutes left. Westminster Academy in a hole, down 21-7. Varro in the shotgun, completes this one. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Wow.
Wow, what almost made it out there. Number 3 almost made a fantastic catch.
Ryan Moore, the intended receiver, in and out of his hands. I thought he pulled it in, and that's going to bring up a big-time 4th down situation for the Lions. 4:11 on the clock. 4th and about 5 coming up. Varro, empty backfield. Spread set formation. Fires one up, completes it. Incomplete, actually batted away.
Oh my.
And Panthers step up defensively.
Oh my. Woo.
Panthers 4:06 away for playing for the 3A state championship at FAU, folks.
My goodness, what a game.
Panthers set to go in the Wildcats.
21-20, beating Pinecrest. Calvary 21.
And hot off the presses, folks, we just found out the Panthers will have an opportunity to get some redemption against Calvary Christian, who they lost in the waning seconds to. Meanwhile, on the field, trying to chew up some clock. They got a false start. They'll be backed up 5.
Backing up 5 yards, feeding into a first.
And if that regular season game is anything like it will be, if the Panthers can hold on, you're in for a good one. Panthers trying to chew up the clock, keeping it on the ground. Carson around the sidelines. Will he go? He's going to stay inside. And tripped out of bounds right at the 1. And we do have a Lion down right around the 40. Meanwhile, big time run by Kalen Carson. Knocked out of bounds just short of the goal line. Panthers 3:53 away from heading to the state championship. And we do have a timeout on the field. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 1 coming out of the break. 3:53 on the clock. Injured Lion number 4, Sanders Desir. He's up under his own power, which is good, of course. Panthers coming out of the break. Glenn trying to break this one open. They'll have 1st and goal at the 1.
This is a barn burner down to the last few seconds. I'm very impressed by both teams. It's lived up to all the booking. And I'm just impressed with the heart of both of these teams and the talent on both of these teams.
Absolutely.
You know, we go down the street to Hallandale tomorrow, and you're going to see 15, 16 Division I football players, but I'll tell you what, the impact players for this game are very impressive.
And a nice defensive stand by Westminster. And I think they forced a turnover. Do they get it back? Yes, they do. So they dodge a major bullet that would have put the nail in the coffin for them, but they hold on and force a turnover inside of their own 5 who are going the other way.
Wow, my oh my.
And Panthers trying to milk some clock and go with the Wildcat formation once again, but ball popped out of the hands of Roe Ferris. That's their 3rd turnover of the contest. Westminster deep inside their own territory. They'll have to put it in the air. Time is of the essence at this point with only 3:44 remaining. 21-7 the count. Coral Springs Charter up on the Westminster Academy Lions. Winner heads to the 3A Southeastern Conference State Championship, of course. Varro flushed out of the pocket, gets this one up and floats it up in the air. And will it be a catch? No, incomplete. Pass intended for gains.
Wow.
And once again, the winner will take on Calvary Christian, who pulled off a comeback win, 21-20 over Pinecrest. 3:34 on the clock. Ball spotted just inside of Westminster Academy 5-yard line. Got a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Harris flush. Gets this one off. This one is complete. Tipped on the sideline after the catch for about 5 more yards. That'll bring up a 1st and 10. Les Dauger on the reception. Gain
Well, you
about
said it,
17 to move the sticks.
You said it, Chris. They get this. It'll be redemption rematch.
Losing 26-25 when those two teams met earlier in the regular season. Can they hold on? Westminster incomplete.
I know it will be the first time in the history of the Panthers that they ever go to the big show.
Mitch Soberon, the intended receiver for Westminster. Ball spotted at the 26. We got a 2nd down and 10 coming up. 3:23 still on the clock, but Westminster Academy in a 14-point hole. Varro in the shotgun, empty back set. He's flushed out of the pocket. This one's probably going to come back as there are flags on the play. And we've got a holding call against the Lions. That'll bring it back. So 3:16 on the clock. And now the Lions will face a 2nd and 20. And now we'll back them up inside their own 15. With 3:16 on the clock, 21-7 is your score. Coral Springs Charter ahead in this one. Westminster floating this one up. They complete it and trying to get what he can on the completion. Seneca Fuller. But stays in bounds. So unfortunately, the clock will continue to tick. Under 3 now. Westminster needing to hurry. Down 14 in this one. Inside their own territory still. And facing a 3rd down and long. Vero floating out. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to decide to take it and keeps it. And gets enough for the move the sticks forward. Big time 3rd down conversion.
2:34. It gets out of bounds, stopping the clock.
So he
Stops
does
the
pick
clock.
enough for the first down and stops the clock with 2:34 remaining. Keeping the waning hopes alive. Trying to stay undefeated is Westminster Academy. Coming in 9-0. Facing the 7-2 Coral Springs Charter Panthers, who will be looking to make their first state championship appearance. First down. Varro flushed out of the pocket once again. He tries to get what he can, gets about 6 on the play.
Gain of about 6 on that. 2:25. Clock is stopping.
Oh, clock has stopped with 2:25 remaining here in the fourth. Second down and about 7 coming up for Westminster. 2:25 on the clock here in the fourth, down 14. They're going to float this one up over the middle and caught. And that'll move the sticks forward once again. Big time conversion. Hauling that one in. Les Dalger made several big plays tonight from that wide receiver spot.
He's got plenty of plays on that. Leslie Dalger.
And that stops the clock with 2:18 remaining.
Our boys are doing a great job out there. Getting this forward.
Ball spotted at the Charter 35. Barrow, empty backfield, floats this one up, corner, and incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Deemed incomplete. No interception on that. Intended for Leslie Dalger on there. 2:05.
So 2:05 remaining. My second down and 10 coming up. Ball spotted at the Charter 35. Westminster Academy on the move, trying to cut into a 14-point deficit, but time is not on their side in this one. Empty backfield. Spread formation for the Lions. Varro tries to find a quick pass and gets this one completed and still on his feet. Cross the 20, cross the 15, inside the 10. Nice reception and plowing ahead are the Lions. Clock stops with 1:55 remaining.
Clock is stopped. Lions are looking to end strong.
Auger, I believe, on that reception. And we have a stoppage in play. And Charter wanting to talk about it. With 1:51 on the clock, 21-7. Westminster trying to make it interesting, Glenn, here in the waning minutes of this one.
Wow. I'm just trying to keep up with it. It is phenomenal. They saved the best for the last.
Absolutely.
Plenty of time to get punch it in the end zone and try an onside kick.
Yeah,
they tried
there you
one
go.
early on.
So can Charter hold on here in this one? Ball will be spotted inside the 10 out of the break. And it will be first and goal for Westminster Academy. Good time management here in this one. They will have an opportunity, if they can score, to get possession one more time. But time is of the essence. Ball spotted at the 10, first and goal. Westminster, Varro, rolling to the near side, trying to find somewhere, floats this one up in the end zone, picked off by the Panthers.
Oh my.
And still on his feet, across the 20, weaving through Westminster defense, keeping the drive alive, and still across the 30, across the 40, across the 50, and finally knocked out of bounds.
We got flags on the play.
There are flags on the play, but making the interception big time play, Roe Ferris Jr. And flags come after the interception, so Charter will probably keep it.
On the play. Flags are also on the field. We'll see what the calls are.
But a huge interception by Charter that might seal this one up. So the Lions knocking on the door inside the 10. Panthers force a turnover. And this was probably going to be an illegal block.
Looks like there's an illegal block call on that. That's the spot of the foul. We're going to go back 15 yards.
Spot foul will back it up. Back into Panther territory. Looks like they're going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 45. But only 1:27 to chew off that clock. And they'll be moving on to their first 3A state championship appearance in school history. Vazola back there, and they're going to keep it on the ground and then move it forward. About 5, 2nd and about 5 coming up.
Number 4, Sanders is here. Taking him down there. Counting down 1 minute and 10 seconds. Timeout is called.
So 1:06 remaining here. Coral Springs Charter Panthers facing a 2nd and 5, trying to chew up the clock in the remaining minutes and seconds of this one and move on in the Southeastern Conference semifinals, where they will face Calvary Christian, a team that won with 11 seconds remaining from Charter's home field in a regular season matchup between these two teams by 1 point on a great pass and catch. And it will take a miracle just about for Westminster Academy to pull this one off. Panthers are on the verge of picking up their 8th win and moving on. Of course, coming off a win last week, 45-7 over Kings Academy. And they're going to keep it on the ground once again to chew up some more clock. They get a 1st down, gain of about 7. That'll keep the clock moving and move the sticks as well. So we're under a minute now, 59 seconds to be exact left in this one.
Being helped up with that. He's got a lot of action on defense as well. 59 seconds counting down.
Charter. In the safety formation. And they're going to run the clock out as Westminster Academy can't stop it now. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining here in this one. Coral Springs Charter set to make their first state championship appearance, taking on Calvary Christian on November 15th.
How about that? The Panthers get to play in the big show for the first time in their history.
They set the victory formation once again. As we are under 10 seconds remaining in this one, and we had a defensive stalemate for 3/4 of this one. Westminster Academy can't hold on. Panthers bust forward, scoring 14 points to pull ahead, and they're going to pull out the victory 21-7, and they will move on.
I just got word that we got 2 6th graders, 3 6th graders running cameras 1 and camera 4. How about that?
We appreciate the
Camera
help.
1 and camera 4.
Appreciate the help.
What a game.
Great teams.
Amazing game.
And we wish them
Amazing coverage.
well.
Panthers win their first semifinal game, going to the big house on the road to FAU, the first time in history. Chris Jenkins, you called it, and you called it right. Impact players made impact plays. And what happened? 2 scores, best team standing, 2 superb teams today. You called it right.
Well, and when we talked about it going into the second half, we said turnovers still might be a key. Panthers able to convert 14 points off of 3 Westminster Academy turnovers in the long run.
Well, Westminster Academy got away with a couple because of their impact player Ledbetter, 2 picks, and really nullified some of those mental errors that they had, but it finally caught up with them. Ledbetter couldn't do it again, but the talent and the play of those Panthers, I'm so proud of them, so proud to be part of a program that we started. I started 15 years ago. To see them to go to the big house, I know I'm supposed to be neutral, and I am neutral. That's why I let you handle this game. But I'm going to tell you what, I am so proud of these guys. I've got goosebumps.
Absolutely. The program continues to make leaps and bounds as the years go on. A team or a program that's only been in existence for less than 20 years got to the state championship in basketball, now going to the state championship in football.
Well, that's fantastic. We have some special guests right here. If you were watching just a few minutes ago, cameras 1 and 4 were women. They were not men because there's young ladies here, and we're going to get their names and what grade they're at. What's your name and what grade are you in?
Katie Boland, I'm in 6th grade. Ariane Pasco, 7th grade. Jalen Jock, 6th grade.
And do you guys want to say anything extra special to anybody out there? We're live on the air right now.
Connor, I hope you feel better. Love you. Hi. Hi.
Okay, there you have it. Chris Jenkins and Glenn Stout here at Westminster Academy in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida. We are glad to have you there, and we are going to see you again tomorrow night. Chris, you're going to roll out. We got some big-time football tomorrow night. I'm going to pass it over to you, but let me tell you, Boynton Beach and Hallandale, the Gladiators, come into Hallandale to play that 6A title game, and it may take them all the way to Orlando. Chris, you take it away.
Well, last time we saw Boynton Beach, you saw that they put up over 60 points when it was all said and done. We should have a good one tomorrow night to see who goes to the state championship. You're watching South Florida High School football on HSPN Sports. Now, this playoff game was brought to you tonight by Bleacher.com and powered by HSPN.com. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and make sure you continue to follow the action on HSPN, the #1 source of broadcasting high school sports and events in the nation. We thank you for your support. Of course, the support of Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation. Keep that in mind, folks. Make sure to stay tuned and date with HSPN and all of our partners on our social media platforms. We're going to bid you good night. For Glenn Stout, I'm Chris Jenkins. Thanks for tuning in.
We also want to say a special thank you.